Good evening. Welcome back to EmoNews Nightly Package for March 19th, 2026. I am your presenter, Soana Benjamin. In the headlines this evening, Dominica's Olympic champion ready for World Indoor Athletic Championship. The ERC looks back at protests over electoral reform 1 year later. Rotary Club of Portsmouth hands over new playground to Dubler Primary School. Antigua Cabinet approves 5% interim salary increase for public servants, and Dominica Cricket Association announces squad for Winlot Under-19 tournament. Stay tuned for the details of these stories.
Welcome to Antigua. Them people have no behavior, they have no behavior. Welcome to Antigua. Clear out how you know it's danger, how you know it's danger. When it comes to mass, it was that lay.
And in local news, the Rotary Club of Portsmouth handed over its 5th playground today to the Dubler Primary School. Head of Service Projects, Lizra Fabian, explains.
Everyone will get a chance to play on the playground. There's a swing, the monkey bars, and you can see there's a jumping game, hopscotch, moral, the mathematics game, tic-tac-toe, and hopefully maybe in the future there could be other things. But for now, we're really delighted that you get to enhance your experience here at the Dubler Primary School by having some games that can encourage you during recess time, after school, and whenever your principal and teachers say that you can actually use it, right?
Vice President of the Rotary Club of Portsmouth and Chair of Public Image, Kalisha Aaron, says the new playgrounds will provide important benefits for students. She noted that the space will encourage children to stay active, helping to combat childhood obesity, while also supporting the development of social skills, teamwork, and positive values. Aaron added that the initiative promotes overall well-being by keeping children engaged in healthy, active play.
Child obesity is something that we take very seriously, and we want to ensure that our children are always active so that they do not get obese. I want you to remember that this space is more than just a place to play. It is there for your growth, it is there for your happiness, and it is there for your well-being. So I say welcome everyone, and we do hope that you get to enjoy the playground because it is not for us, it is for you. Thank you everyone.
Principal of the Dubler Primary School, Cassandra Thomas, expressed her thanks.
It is a safe and joyful environment where creativity will flourish, and that will be done every day. It will also enhance our program or structured play program that we normally have on a Thursday afternoon. Thank you to the Rotary Club of Portsmouth for investing in our children and thus investing in the future. Because of your kindness and commitment to service, our children now have a space that encourages healthy play and positive development. I look forward to continued partnership with you. Thank you again, and may God continue to bless your effort. Thanks much.
Also present at the handover ceremony was Education Officer for the North, Solange Basil. She added her thanks to the Rotary Club, noting that this project speaks to their commitment to the holistic development of children. She urged the students to be responsible in using the playground so that other students may benefit from its use as well.
I witnessed the handover of a similar facility in Penville where I worked before, and I know that it is important to the children. As Miss Thomas said, it is not only an area for recreation, but it helps to develop physical and social skills among the children. Thanks to the Rotary Club of Portsmouth, This demonstrates your commitment to the holistic development of our children, and for that we are grateful. To the children of Dubla Primary, I urge you to take care of this facility so many others after you can enjoy, in many years to come. So as you play, as you have fun, as you develop yourselves, we hope that you will take care of this facility. Be responsible so those after you can enjoy this facility as well.
Lizra Fabian explained that the playground was made possible through fundraising efforts of the club, as well as the Parents Club Rotary District 7030, which spans St. Kitts and Nevis to Suriname. And March is recognized globally as Endometriosis Awareness Month, and one woman is using her personal journey to shed light on the condition. Kalisha Aaron, who underwent a complete hysterectomy following an endometriosis diagnosis, is now raising awareness by distributing yellow pins throughout the community. Aaron offered a simple explanation of the condition.
So endometriosis is a chronic condition. It's a whole body condition, which is where the tissue that is lining your uterus, it grows outside of the uterus and it mimics what happens with your uterus. So you know how when a woman goes through her menstrual cycle and the uterus builds up, it happens the same way. And then when the uterus sheds, it does the same thing. So imagine blood flowing and it has nowhere to go to. So that's basically what happens. So endometriosis, sometimes persons tend to think that it's a reproductive issue, but it's more than that because you can find endometrial deposits anywhere. So for me, I had endometrial deposits. I had surgical scar, which is where I did a surgery prior for fibroids, and that endometrial deposit found itself in my surgical scar. So I had to do another surgery to remove it. So that was like surgery number 2. And then in 2024, I realized there was a sharp pain in my navel. I had an endometrial deposit in my navel and it was growing. So it looked like little growing flesh. So when I made the decision to do the hysterectomy because fibroids grew again, and it was just so much, I had to also remove that endometrial deposit in my navel. The doctor had to burn it when he removed it.
Looking ahead, Aaron plans to expand her efforts by forming a support group to raise awareness and provide assistance to others affected.
Doing a call out to all the ladies out there who want to know more about endometriosis, and not just endometriosis, but any illness, any condition that targets our reproductive organs. And my group or my support group is called In Her Haven. In her as in INHER, in her haven, because it's inside of us. And if you are looking for a space where you would like to share about what you are experiencing, you would like to hear from others and know that you are not alone, reach out to me. My number is 277-20998, and let us talk some more about what happens to us and how we can cope with it. So let's not forget, endometriosis, it is real, and persons suffer in silence, but you don't have to suffer in silence. I am here to share my story, and you can hear other persons share their story, and we can have a big family.
In other local news, the Electoral Reform Coalition, ERC, is marking 1 year since the Standing Up for Democracy protest held on March 19, 2025, when citizens gathered outside Parliament to voice opposition to the government's electoral reform bills. In a statement issued today, Thursday, March 19, 2026, the ERC recalled that unarmed citizens protested in hopes that Parliament would consider recommendations submitted by the coalition, civil society groups, and former Caribbean Court of Justice President Sir Dennis Byron, who had been engaged to review Dominica's electoral laws and propose comprehensive reforms aimed at strengthening transparency and fairness within the electoral system. However, the ERC expressed disappointment that many of these recommendations were not adopted. The coalition contends that the legislation was passed without incorporating key reforms, raising concerns about the integrity of the electoral process. The ERC also raised concerns over the arrest and charging of 25 individuals under the Riot Act of 1897 following last year's protest. Let's hear from Attorney at Law Ronald Charles.
On Tuesday, December 16, 2025, a number of persons were arrested, and it's important that their names be called today. Albert Timothy, Alvin James, Bernard Monroe, Daniel Lugie, Crispin Michael, David Williams, Dr. Thompson Fontaine, Dwight Simi Defoe, Eddie John Baptist, Felix Moses Prosper, Hector John, Imran Joseph, Lovena, better known as Blue Edwards, John Baptist Charles, Johnson Boston, Jacob Duran, Mason Rowe, Mervyn John Baptist, Michael Wright, Paula Celeste, Rosie Felix, Samuel Durand, Selwyn Powell, and of course Celestine Clementina Michelle, sorry, and yours truly, Ronald Charles, been arrested.
Paula Celestine, one of the women arrested, also addressed the press conference, calling for the government to cease what she calls the persecution of citizens.
5 Dominican citizens were arrested under the Colonial Riot Act that was established to control slaves or African forefathers. The government of Dominica has spent thousands of dollars to hire Trinidadian lawyers to prosecute the case for 1 year. We have dragged before the magistrate court only to have the case postponed. We still do not have electoral reform. The confirmation process is in chaos. It takes longer to confirm an existing registered voter than to get a passport. The voters' registration of new voters was suspended for almost 1 year, and we still do not have the process that we've been fighting for. I am calling on the Roosevelt-Skerrit government to stop the persecution of Dominicans and discontinue the case against 25 Dominican citizens who exercise their constitutional rights.
The coalition emphasized that free, fair, and transparent general elections remain fundamental to preserving democracy in Dominica and ensuring the rights of all citizens are upheld. And finally, in local news, exciting news for residents in the North as the Ministry of National Security moves to decentralize key government services, making them more accessible and convenient. The ministry announced that effective this week, individuals will be able to process and receive their driver's licenses in the town of Portsmouth. The initiative forms part of efforts to bring essential services closer to citizens living in northern communities. Let's hear more from Minister of National Security, Honorable Rayburn Blackmore.
But what is happening here today, I wanted to underscore the importance of what is happening today. It may look small, but demonstrates that your government, the Labour Party administration, understands the tapestry of life for the people of this country. And the construction of airports, roads are important. But there are little things that the people need to conduct their daily lives that are also very important. And in 2026, it makes absolutely no sense for people of Portsmouth, Capuchin, Vickers, Bens to come to Roseau to get a driver's license issued to them. And therefore, over the years, ladies and gentlemen, for the past 3 years, not 2, 3 years, we have been trying to decentralize the issuance of driver's licenses.
Parliamentary representative of the Tongue of Portsmouth, Honorable Finella Wenham Shepherd, expressed her support of the initiative.
Today, however, marks a significant step forward for the people of Portsmouth and again the wider north of Dominica. The launch or the issuance of the driver's license right here in Portsmouth is more than just a new service, and you see my big smile. It is a clear demonstration of government's commitment to bringing essential services closer to the people. And for me, I can tell you, from the very first time I got my license, I felt like I should have gotten it in Portsmouth. So today I am really, really excited that we can have this complete process here. For too long, we've had to travel to Roseau to complete what should be a simple transaction. Today, we remove that burden. We make life easier, more efficient, and more accessible to our citizens.
And that's it for local news. We'll be right back with regional news. And on the regional scene, Grenada has regained access to U.S. seafood markets after updating its fisheries laws to meet international standards. The National Marine Fisheries Service had previously banned imports, citing gaps in protections under the Marine Mammal Protection Act. In response, Grenada passed new regulations in December 2025, banning harm to marine mammals and strengthening monitoring and enforcement. After review, the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration approved the changes, allowing exports to resume. The move restores a key market for Grenada's fishing industry. And in St. Lucia, Dove Productions, organizers of the Caribbean Youth Film Festival, continues to create opportunities for young people in St. Lucia to explore and grow within the film industry. One such opportunity came through the recent Creativity and Innovation Youth Forum. The forum, hosted by the Caribbean Film and Media Academy's Teen Creators Academy, brought together young creatives for a full day of interactive and educational activities. These included a digital creators hub, acting and expression circle, writers circle, and engaging discussions on creativity and entrepreneurship. The initiative was spearheaded by Lisa Wickham, founder and president of Imagine Media International, the company behind the Caribbean Film and Media Academy. A major highlight of the forum was the storytelling and scholarship talkback session, featuring award-winning producer, actress, and philanthropist Tatiana Ali, alongside Dr. Vaughn Raspberry, Assistant Vice Provost for Education at Stanford University. The session provided valuable insights, advice, and inspiration for the young creatives in attendance. At the conclusion of the forum, participants were awarded certificates of participation in recognition of their involvement. And finally, in regional news, public servants in Antigua and Barbuda are set to receive a 5% interim salary increase following Cabinet approval of the measure. The increase will take effect at the end of March 2026 and is intended to provide immediate financial relief to government workers as discussions continue on a broader compensation package. Government officials emphasize that the adjustment is not a final salary settlement, but rather a temporary measure while negotiations with stakeholders remain ongoing. Cabinet indicated that efforts are underway to reach a more comprehensive agreement on public sector wages in the near future. And that's it for regional news. We'll be right back with international news.
Blast Gaming presents its biggest job whatever. Blast Mystery Progressive. I'm so excited. I can't hide it. The new Blast Jackpot rising. And I like it. It going up and up and up and up and up. Blast up and up and up and up and up and up.
Play selected games to win in the Blast Mystery Progressive. Pick until you match 3 gems and win one of the 5 cash jackpots. Or you can blast up with the Mystery Progressive jackpot.
It going up and up and up and up and up. Blast up and up and up. Blast Gaming.
And first up in international news, oil prices surged to nearly $110 a barrel after Israel struck Iran's offshore South Pars gas field. Iranian President Masoud Pezeshkian warned of global consequences as images showed smoke rising from multiple impact sites. Iran retaliated with strikes on Qatar's Ras Laffin industrial hub, home to the world's largest LNG facility, causing significant damage but no reported injuries. Fires from a second strike were later contained. U.S. President Donald Trump condemned Iran's response as unjustified and threatened to blow up a major gas field in Iran if it attacks the U.S.'s Gulf Arab ally Qatar again, though he said he hopes to avoid further escalation. Qatar and regional partners, including the United Arab Emirates and Oman, denounced the attacks, with Doha calling Iran's actions a direct threat to regional stability and reserving the right to respond. The conflict has rattled energy markets, with gas prices in Europe briefly jumping over 25% and remaining more than double pre-conflict levels. And finally, Lebanese Prime Minister Nawaf Salam says Donald Trump is in the strongest position to help end the Middle East war. In an interview with Nick Patton in Beirut, Salam called for greater U.S. involvement, arguing the conflict has been imposed on Lebanon. Israel has carried out weeks of heavy strikes across Lebanon, saying it is targeting senior figures and infrastructure linked to Hezbollah. Salam appealed for an immediate ceasefire, stressing that the Lebanese people needed relief yesterday, not tomorrow. Israel maintains its campaign is aimed at weakening Hezbollah and securing its northern border. According to Lebanon's health ministry, at least 968 people have been killed since the strikes began on March 2nd, including 116 children. And that's all for international news. We'll be right back with sports.
Don't forget, today we have funeral, we have functions. Make sure you're on time.
Always on time, eh?
You're always on time. Make sure. All right. Papa Met, look, I just received a message from National Bank asking me to regain access to my account. Look at message that your account has been placed on hold due to an unusual activity. Let me click that link.
How many times NBD has to say that they will never ever send links via text message to regain access to account or to restore account or to do anything with account?
So National Bank that's in it, I believe it. I just click in.
Emo, if you are not sure, it's better if you call National Bank at 255-2300 or email them at customersupport@nbd.dm.
Papa Met, later again I lose all the little money I save up from my account.
And you'd find money to pay me.
Yeah, I tell you, I almost click link and almost lose my money. You're talking about I hope I have money to pay you. Let's go, eh?
All I know is don't click any link. Call NBD instead.
Yeah, let us go to our business.
And first up in sports, Portsmouth Secondary School has been crowned champions of the Sports Division Secondary Schools Under-14 football competition, following a hard-fought 1-0 victory over Dominica Grammar School on Wednesday, March 18th at the Stock Farm playing field. Both teams created clear scoring opportunities in the first half, but failed to convert, resulting in a goalless scoreline at halftime. The second half proved to be a tighter contest with limited chances as both defenses held firm. And just when a draw seemed likely, the Portsmouth secondary found the breakthrough late in the game. A free kick just outside the 18-yard box was initially blocked by the Dominica Grammar School defenders. However, the defense failed to clear the danger and the ball fell to Portsmouth's Dervan Dupy, who calmly slotted home from close range to secure the decisive goal. The final whistle sparked jubilant celebrations from coach Oris Mills and his team as they secured the championship title. Ishmael St. John of the Portsmouth Secondary was named the most valuable player of the final. And congratulations to Portsmouth on capturing the 2025-2026 Under-14 Football Championship title. In other local sports news, the Dominica Cricket Association has announced the selection of the national Under-19 team to represent Dominica in the upcoming Winlot Under-19 tournament, scheduled to be held in Dominica in April. And here is Kimara Ito as she names the selected players.
The Dominica Cricket Association is pleased to announce the selection of the national Under-19 team to represent Dominica in the upcoming Winlot Under-19 tournament, scheduled to be held in Dominica this April 2026. The selected players are Arsenio Fontaine, Gershon Joseph, Alex Armstrong, Nian Davis, Kellen Christmas, Derwin Lewis, Zayden Cornelius, Elon Pascal, Dylan John, Dylan Joseph, Vince Daru, Kenneth Valmon, Dante Benjamin, Doan Benjamin, Mackay Paul, and Aidan Burton. The team will be led by Captain Arsenio Fontaine, with Aidan Burton serving as vice-captain. The management team includes Coach Phoenix Thomas and manager Kevin James. The Dominica Cricket Association extends congratulations to all selected players and encourages the public to show their support as the team prepares to compete. We wish the team every success in the upcoming tournament.
The team will be led by Captain Arsenio Fontaine, with Aidan Burton serving as vice-captain. The management team includes Coach Phoenix Thomas and manager Kevin James. The Dominica Cricket Association extends congratulations to all selected players and encourages the public to show their support as the team prepares to compete. And finally, Dominica will proudly be represented at the upcoming 2026 World Athletics Indoor Championships, scheduled to take place in Poland this week. The event, organized by World Athletics, will bring together the world's top track and field athletes for one of the most prestigious indoor competitions on the global athletics calendar. Dominica's hopes will rest on the shoulders of 2024 Olympic and World Indoor gold medalist Thea Lafon Gadson, who continues to represent the nation with distinction on the international stage. Lafon Gadson will compete in the triple jump event on Friday, 20th March 2026 at 2:30 p.m. local time. Speaking ahead of the championships, Lafon Gadson expressed confidence and excitement about the upcoming competition. I am looking forward to competing in Poland next week. I'm coming into this part of the season feeling powerful and eager to bring back some hardware for Team Dominica. Most importantly, I'm grateful to be feeling healthy and pain-free. Meanwhile, regional counterparts Jamaica will be looking to improve on the 2 silver and 2 bronze medals won at the last World Indoors in China in 2025. Jamaica's delegation will feature 29 members, including athletes, coaches, and managers. The nation will be chasing a long-awaited breakthrough in the men's 60 meters as sprinters Akeem Blake, Kishen Thompson, and Brian Level take to the track. Despite Jamaica's dominance in sprinting, the country has yet to claim a men's 60-meter gold, with its best finishes being silver medals by Nestor Carter in 2012 and Asafo Powell in 2016. All eyes will be on Thompson, the world and Olympic 100-meter silver medalist, who enters the competition as one of the favorites for the top spot. But Blake should not be underestimated. The explosive starter earned third place at the 2024 championships and will be aiming to improve on that result. Level, meanwhile, remains a steady contender with the ability to challenge the field on his day. The Jamaicans face tough competition, particularly from defending champion British sprint star Jeremiah Azu. Azu, who captured the title in China last year, has bolstered his bid for consecutive goals after lowering his personal best to 6.47 seconds. We wish Thea Lafont Gaxon and all the other Caribbean athletes best of luck at the World Indoor Athletics Championships. And that's all for sports for this evening. We'll be right back with the weather report. This has been EmoNews Nightly Package for March 19th, 2026. I am your presenter, Soana Benjamin. Do have a lovely evening, everyone.